On having 3 workplaces with over 4 consecutive years of work experience before 33 years of age. Here I, Tanis Coralee of Seattle, reflect on having 3 different workplaces I committed to for a duration greater than 4.00 consecutive years at each. Okay. Before I turned 33 years of age. So over 5.00 years at a seasonal spring/summer aquatics workplace, over 4.00 years at a full-time year-round geophysics workplace, over 5.00 years at a full-time year-round stay-at-home daughter workplace. Yes, so essentially, I started working when I was 14 years of age, and I started working at a seasonal spring/summer aquatics workplace, and I ended up working there for over 5.00 years. And it was when I rose in the ranks. I started as a cleaner, and I rose in the ranks. I taught swim lessons. I was a swim coach. The swim coach was kind of the big one. In addition to being a swim instructor, though, was being a lifeguard, and then a senior lifeguard, and then a swim coach kind of thing. Well, not kind of thing. And so that was a good one for me in terms of like getting that number, right? So the 5.00 mark I reached over 5 consecutive years, 5.00 consecutive years before I turned 20 years of age. Because I started working when I was 14 years of age. And so it was good to have that done, over 5 years at one place before I turned 20 years of age. And then I worked at a number of different places. However, the next long stint, so to speak, at one place, so that was at Innisarden Swim Club. So then the next place, over 4.00 years as at a full-time year-round geophysics workplace. So for me, it was geophysics. Depending on what one was pursuing, it would have been a different workplace. But for me, it was geophysics, #1 in the country/world, depending on which rankings you're looking at the time. University of California, Berkeley. I was a graduate student in geophysics. Specialty, condensed matter physics/mineral physics. I was looking at volcanoes, but I was looking at minerals in those volcanoes, and then condensed matter physics for both on planet Earth and off planet Earth. Temperature and pressure conditions, if nothing else. Kind of thing. And so that was one that was good to have in terms of, okay, I can be at a place for over 5.00 years, but can I do it now year-round instead of seasonal? Right, so it was a growth while the number went down to over 4.00 years, it was year-round. And the seasonal one at Innisarden Swim Club, that one was part-time to full-time. There were labor laws that were followed, so at 14 years of age, I couldn't work full-time. But as I rose in the ranks and options became legally available, I continued to follow the law, and they did as well. Good employer. And then this is kind of culminated with where I am currently, and that's over 5.00 years at a full-time year-round stay-at-home daughter workplace. And I'd say I have, there's confidence there in the sense of it's over 5.00 years and instead of over 4.00 years. And it's one very clearly defined role that has not really, while my tasks have deviated, there have been projects that I've settled on and stayed committed to. However, my role has, if anything, it's sharpened and narrowed in. So that's great. And I've had certain things like I'm a car owner, and so I've been able to ask my dad for help or get assistance in taking it someplace or that kind of thing, family assistance. And so there's certain things I've grown on in addition to just basic homemaking and looking after animals, wildlife. There's also just my vehicle, taking care of my vehicle, which really matters for vehicle racing and design. All right, so there's been stuff that I've learning to really be on top of my finances, that kind of thing. So it's been a growth journey, and each one has mattered. So there we go. Also, I'm 32 years of age as of when I'm filming this, so I'm not even 33.00 years of age yet. So that's on having 3 workplaces with over 4 consecutive years of work experience before 33 years of age.